only brought two this time around. Yeah.
You can't talk about
Because it's not heavy. You know what I mean? It's like
Peanut butter
it's
jelly
refreshing.
drink is so good.
You can't help it. Refreshing, man.
It's refreshing. That's the word.
Yeah.
That's there we go.
All right, welcome to Dream Athletic Academy once again. Sitting down with the coaches, Coach Leo,
Hello.
and we're talking about Father's Day and tribute to the fathers and just saying what's up and what's your thoughts on Father's Day?
Well, first off, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Happy Male Figure Day as well, because you never know. You know, maybe there's some gentlemen out there that don't have any kids, but they're also uncles or grandfathers or those kind of things.
So important.
Yeah, so any male figure that's out there that's helping to uplift any child, male or female, that'd be a male figure is great at this point in time. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I mean, honestly, it's a great time of the year. It doesn't get enough visibility, in my opinion. But you know what? Any visibility is at least trending towards a better future. So that's good.
It's funny because when we asked the boys last week, we were like, okay, so what's coming up? What day is coming up, right? And everybody's scratching their head. Nobody knows, right?
Nobody knows.
But we said, okay, what about May 12th? What's that? Well, that's Mother's Day. Everybody knew Mother's Day, right? But they kind of forget the Father's Day because the father's always that one in the background doing the work, just putting in the work, keeping his head down, keep it going, keep it moving, right?
It's odd because it seems like I don't know who the quote came from, but it seems like the fathers sometimes can be more like the foundation of the bricks of the house. Nobody really sees that. They're not really the facade up front. So
that's correct. Yeah.
They're just supposed to be the one to provide the stability behind the scenes, right? And most guys have fallen into that role, but that's a conversation for another day. At the end of the day, it's just it's a good time to be celebrated at least. So
yes, absolutely. So whenever we can sort of big it up, we got to big it up.
Absolutely.
And shout out to all the fathers out there, right? Because you're putting in work. It's hard. We still get up and do it.
That's right.
And we were talking about my dad just before we sat down, and part of the pieces that I saw was him just getting up, going to work, coming home, taking care of, cooking, doing all that stuff. Just transitioning with my mom because he worked the day shift. My mom worked the night shift. And it was just like clockwork. And it doesn't matter how much snow is on the ground, if it's raining, if it's hot, if it's cold, it doesn't matter.
Automatic.
So I found inspiration from him, which made me the dad I am now.
Yeah. And you followed suit, pretty beautifully, if I might add. You know what I mean? Like I said, you've been kind of a figure for a lot of people, including myself as a mentor. So that's good. Yeah.
Okay, so that's big. That's big. I mean, I'm starting to hear that more lately, and this is why I'm trying to embrace the sort of mentorship role and understand that we got to reach more people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So that's why we're actually sitting here doing this now, because we want to reach more people, want to get more people to come in and see what we do, and the more people we can mentor, because a lot of people don't have that.
Correct.
A lot of people don't have that. So if you have that father may not be there.
Yeah.
But you may have a father figure that's available.
To fill in that gap a little bit.
That's correct, man. And even if you have that is so massive, because I think it's missing with a lot of kids nowadays, and we can sort of fill that gap.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want to have somebody else to kind of step in and help out? In an area where, we know what the mothers can bring to the table. They always bring a wealth of knowledge and information and, of course, support and love. So why wouldn't you want to, add that in by having the father do the exact same thing in a different way, shape, form, right? So on top of what else they might bring. So.
All right, so what I was talking to the other coaches about is the upcoming season. So we're launching into the first rep team ever for Dream Athletic Academy.
Yeah.
And it's the sort of the final frontier, entering the unknown, Starship Enterprise, sort of.
Star Trek Next Generation. For us old heads. For us old heads.
For all those who don't know, Google it.
That's what that is. Totally different word, warp speed and all that kind of stuff.
That's right. So what are your thoughts? What are you feeling going into the season?
You know what? I mean, as a hooper, you're just excited to play no matter what.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of ups and downs and in between, and the trick is just not to get too high and not to get too low. But the thing is, it's basketball at the end of the day. And for a lot of these kids, their switch for the competitive, ultra competitive part hasn't really set in yet. Some of them has, and if that's the case, then you just have to temper that expectation when they do take a loss, and also temper that expectation when they do actually win. It's when you're a ball player, you kind of just fall into it. You know what I mean? Like, what you're going to get into, but at this point in time, it's almost just fun for a lot of them.
That's right. Yeah.
So you just want to let them enjoy the moment for the beginning part of it and see what their feet feel like when they actually get wet. Like
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. Some people just think, oh, well, just go get your feet wet. Well, what's the feeling of it, pro and con, every time you actually do it? That's
Yeah.
really the essential piece. I think they're going to be great. I think they'll be fine, plus or minus, win or lose, they'll
Yeah.
be okay. But yeah, as far as just like the anticipation of it, it'd be interesting to see how it's going to go down.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, it's falling in love with the process.
Exactly.
Right. So the process is not the wins and losses.
Right.
The process is going through the work, doing
Correct.
the work.
Correct.
Right. And the process is actually seeing yourself getting better.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that is when you're actually doing the work, you play, you may take an L.
Yeah.
Right. Then you come back, you do the work again, then you play, then you take a win.
Yeah.
And then you learn from, okay, so this is what I did with the loss. Now I have the win, and this is what I did in the win. So
Yeah.
now you learn from that.
Of course.
Right?
Most of the times I mean, let's be real in life. Again, I'm brutal. I don't know if you guys saw the last podcast episode. I'm pretty brutal, meaning that like most of the times in your life, you take more losses than you take wins.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's just like you can't sit there and say, oh, well, am I going to stop here? You kind of have to just keep pushing it. And we were fortunate enough that we didn't have anything that impeded us last practice, but you and I were both in the gym when I basically said to them, I said, listen, you didn't fail, you just didn't win the first 999 times.
Yes.
So what happens when you get to 1,000? Okay, then you take a win there. So you can't just look at it as like, okay, I'm going to be terrible from here on out. You got to take that just temporary expectation and keep going from there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as we sort of move to this, one of the things that we want to kind of focus on is the mentorship piece, because we always talk about the mentorship piece and the basketball piece, right? So with the sort of upcoming season, how do you think the mentorship piece will help these kids sort of on the basketball court?
Well, again, we're going to be front and center. So, of course, it's like we're live and direct with whatever's happening with them, plus or minus, right there, live and direct. And, of course, after the fact, when there's like kind of like a deload from what's ever happened either in the game or leading up to. So you're always going to be somebody that's going to be a point of reference or point of, mentorship, as you said, key piece, key name, to understand exactly what's going to be charted as far as the course that you have ahead and what you can learn from what came from behind you. So mentorship's going to be big this year, and especially on those kids that haven't started a basketball journey, this is going to be the first foray into it. But for those kids who have started at any level, this just kind of, they'll fall right into it in just a different way, shape, and form, see things differently, go from there.
Yes. So it's going to be a big day. I think Monday, right, we're going to have an appreciation day.
Yeah.
We're going to have lots of stuff going on. And you're going to be bringing your artwork.
I'm going to try. I mean, there's some stuff I'm trying to get done for that time. I'm hoping that it can
Right.
actually get completed. But yeah, I mean, the aim is definitely to have some of my stuff on display for
Right.
that time.
So this is what we're talking about, right? Coming
Yeah.
out of your comfort zone and pushing people. So
Yeah.
not only are we pushing the kids, we're pushing the coaches, right? So we got Coach Chris,
Yeah.
right, who does his DJ stuff.
Amazing
and he's
DJ.
actually an amazing DJ.
Amazing
so we want
DJ.
him to get out there and get it known. So he's going to come and spin some stuff for the kids.
Absolutely.
Got you with your artwork. Some of it's around your chest right now.
I'm a multifaceted. I try
You know
to
what I
keep
mean?
everything different.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
so this is what we want to get. We want to get individuals to know who we are,
Yeah.
right? So this is a little elements of who we are. So
Yeah.
we want to display some of that on Monday.
Yeah, it'd be nice, man. I'd like to keep a lot of basketball themed artifacts around me, whether it be in the home or on my person, or But that's my thing. I live and breathe the game, right? So
Yeah, because you're a basketball head,
I'm a junkie.
and I don't think people understand what that means.
Yeah, they don't get it yet.
When
but-
you ask the kids how many dimples on a basketball, and everybody's scratching their head,
Yeah,
and you know it by heart, that's
was-
a different level.
It was interesting to see what their minds, what their
Yeah.
eyes look like when I mentioned that. But
Yeah.
again, I'm a hooper, so it's what you do. I mean, do most people know that? No, but
That's great.
I mean, I grew up in a time when there wasn't a lot of YouTube or whatever, whatnot. Like, we really just researched everything about basketball. So in those times when I was like, in my own little world, I didn't count them. But I mean, again, I tried my best to kind of do a random sample, and sure enough, I come up with a number. But that's exactly how it was.
Absolutely. All right. So remember, comment. Sorry, I messed it up again.
I'll help you out.
Subscribe,
Like,
comment, like,
share.
and hit the notification.